Because yesterday we were talking about these behaviors that are described as super disrespectful. Not just disrespectful, but super disrespectful.
Right.
I had a conversation with my wife about, you all were very against it. So was she. When somebody leaves their cart in the middle of a grocery aisle, somewhat unattended, where they're a few feet away but looking on an aisle, but you can't get by them, I will take the nose of that cart and move it out of the way.
Don't you dare. Don't touch my cart.
That's a breach.
You think that's a breach of etiquette?
That's a breach.
I
think I saw my mama do it once when I was a kid, and I didn't think twice about it. But I thought it was forceful.
I steer it the other direction.
No, it's aggressive.
It's a breach.
Yeah.
It's aggressive.
Especially if there's a kid in the basket.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm a puss.
Yeah.
But I'm an aggressive shopper. I want to get through there now. I go. I'm trying to get in and out no matter.
Everybody wants that.
That was one of the items that you're never to do.
That happened to me yesterday. I was, shopping on Senior Citizen Day, as I like.
Yes, oh, yeah.
And I was going down an aisle, and I needed to check my phone for something. So I kind of pulled over to dock just a little bit. But there was a woman right behind me, so I didn't want to impede her, pathway down the aisle. So I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me," and I kind of, pulled my cart out of the way. And sometimes they'll put like a stack of green beans in the middle of the aisle.
I hate that.
So, but it's a little safe port.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because no one's going to come the other way.
Well, that's right.
Because there's a stack of cans
Oh,
there.
yeah, you're right.
So that's what I did. I just parked next to the green beans, and I said, "I'm so sorry, ma'am. You go around." And she goes, "Thanks. P1.
Oh.
Wasn't that delightful?
Paid off.
That is really nice.
She was so nice.
Yeah, it is.
Did you throw a green bean in her cart?
I said, "It's on me."
Take one of these.
That's very nice. That was the thing. Well, the big thing was the super disrespectful behavior was abandoning something you don't want at a completely opposite end of the store,
Yeah.
Taking it out of the cart. We've done it. We've all done it. Here are some of the others now. Spitting in public. Spitting on the street. When in public.
In public, yeah, you're right.
Always has and always will gross me out.
Yeah.
I do it.
I do it too.
Oh, yeah? In public?
Yeah. Well,
not in public.
when I'm walking. To me, I think that's a different, when I'm on my power walk in the afternoons.
I agree.
I think it's a different mindset. I'm huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
And if I see a tree, I always try to hit the trunk of the tree.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Keep your aim good. Keep you young.
I don't ever want to hit a place where someone
keep you young.
Keeps you young. Got a little
work on your eyesight, your depth of perception.
That's right.
Coordination.
I try not to go. Try not to target any place where someone else would walk.
Would ever be.
Right.
I think that's smart. Boy, let me say this. Now, yesterday I was at the gym. Okay. It's indoor.
We've heard this before.
Okay. All right. Listen. This is egregious, and this was a very difficult workout. Call it the chipper. Okay. Yesterday was the chipper. It's one of the hardest ones we do. The way it works is you're on the treadmill, you do 3 minutes at a really high rate of speed. Then you get 1 minute at a lower rate. Then you go 2.5 at a high rate, then a little bit lower. And you're chipping away at the entire time. But it's a 30-minute run. So by the end of it, I'm just dying. And I'm breathing in and out. And I saw snot go flying and just, right onto the mirror. And I was just,
you didn't mean to launch it.
No, I didn't mean to, but
But it launched.
I'm huffing and puffing, and I saw it like end over end, and then right under the mirror.
You can try catch it.
I reached out. Oh, nothing I could do. Later, I told Coach Kathy, "Give me the squeegee. I'll squeegee up the mirror because that was just wrong." Every day I'm in there, I see him squeegeeing after me. Only on my station.
I was worried. That isn't as bad as I thought.
What did you think?
Well, I was worried that the chipper turned into the redder.
No.
But I've gone sorry. I messed myself.
Could happen.
Help me! I messed myself.
And if there ever is one it's the chipper. The chipper is a really, really difficult long run. But spitting and then not covering your mouth when you sneeze or cough in public is another egregious behavior.
Or in private.
In private,
if there's
really.
more than one other person around you.
Yeah, right, really. Yeah. If there's anybody else in the room, especially now.
What about in your vehicle? What do you do?
Wide open.
Do you let fly?
In the car?
Yeah. I think just out of habit.
I'm the only one that drives it.
But out of habit, I'll go to my elbow.
It's become such an ingrained habit now.
No, and if I'm outside by myself,
let it go.
Wide open, baby.
Not to combine the two previous breaches of etiquette. But have you ever sneezed into your arm and sneezed out a little bit of mucus?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
There's in the crook of your elbow.
Yeah, there you go.
Then what do you do?
Yeah, well, then you're in trouble.
Well, you want to go home.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't.
Sometimes you can't.
Many years ago, it was just cough in your hand. Now it's the elbow cough.
Yeah,
which, again, keeps you young. You know, bring it right out.
Get that rotator
Got that,
cuff.
yeah, I got that going. You know, keep you stretched out. But yeah, then you've got mucus in your crook.
Better there than your hand.
Well, but you could wash your hands
If you can get,
You can
get
wash your hand.
bathroom.
You can't wash a jacket.
the
or
middle
a
there,
sweater.
and it's a bad. It's
if you can get, yeah.
Mhm.
It depends on the situation and where you are.
Yeah.
And who you're amongst.
And I had a good conversation with my wife about this yesterday, too. I saw Fauci had the headline was, and I only skimmed it, that Fauci reportedly said that 6 foot area where you're not supposed to be within 6 feet of each other during COVID was really arbitrary. They just wanted to keep us separated. So he didn't know if it should be 6 feet or 10 feet or whatever, but they just came up with 6. And my wife said, well, what do you want him to do? I mean, he's got to stay apart. So he had to come up with something. There was no science that backed that up. You know,
We learned it was airborne, though, right?
We did, yeah. But I mean, 6 feet didn't, you know, it was like you might have to be 8 feet from me or you'd still get it. But they had to say something.
I never thought that was dead science. I thought that was just kind of a guess anyways.
Yeah,
but
it was.
But you would have thought the way some people reacted yesterday, get him! String him up! Die, Maya, get him! I mean, there are people who
they hate him.
yeah.
really hate that.
They hate him.
I mean,
yeah.
and I just don't think this, to me, it's just, I don't think he's waited his whole life to just ruin the country.
I don't think it's. I hope this is not too dark, but I would not be shocked if he has bodyguards.
Yeah.
I bet he
He's,
does.
he was in a really tough position. I mean, he
was.
But who would have thought? Do you think if this had happened when we were in a little more genteel of a time, if this had happened in 1950 something with Eisenhower as president, would it have been as bad as it was on whoever was in charge in that position? I don't think so, because we're so divided.
No,
now,
because I think the president started turning his back on him too.
I agree.
And when that happened,
then it gave
was
permission
like
for the others.
for open season. Yeah, but I never took the 6 feet as they knew this for sure. I always thought that was kind of just a hey. Stay apart.
Yeah, just
Yeah, but I mean, they had the markings on the floor
They
and
did.
all that.
They did. You know, when he
But
said that,
stores did that.
Yeah,
but they said 6 feet.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's what they
why.
gave, and that may not have helped us at all, because if the real number is 9 feet, well, who knows? You don't know exactly how far apart.
they just average the person's sneeze or cough.
I guess. Is that the only thing you can do? Really?
I guess. Yeah, they were probably going based on how far it normally goes.
But really, sneeze or if I sneeze in here and don't cover my face, it could be 20 feet, couldn't it? Don't they say
Absolutely.
that?
I would say,
You
yeah.
don't have that kind of lung power. 20-foot sneezer. Listen to you.
20 feet's not going, man.
Keeps you 25.
20.
Keeps you young.
You think you can hit young Megan at her office?
I'd like to give it a try. I'd like to give it a shot. I'd like to think I can. Keeps you young.
Right.
Keep trying to get out there, you know. Try to launch that mucus
I've
out
got the
there.
sneezing power of a 20-year-old.
I'm a real good sneezer.
I heard that about you.
Yeah, I can sneeze. I can launch it. You should have seen that mucus come flying out yesterday during the chipper.
Oh, I hear it. I hear your sneezes. And not only are your sneezes something to see, there's something to hear.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
They're terribly
They're
wet.
three-dimensional.
I've sneezed in front of a computer before and thought the thing was being all of a sudden blobs.
I see dots.
I see dots. I can't read the
It's
computer.
spittle.
Can't use the computer screen. It's
True.
everywhere. You know, true. Something. I need a new laptop. I need a new laptop.